Hi, this is Hal again, continuing with the free quick SEO tips and tricks to help you optimize your website. In this section, I will be talking about content optimization tips and tricks. You know, content is king. In everything that you're doing on your website, on social media, content is king. Why? Because even search engines were created because of content, in order to be able to distribute content, make content findable and available to users. So content is at the heart of everything that you're doing online. The purpose for which you have a website is to deliver content to a specific audience. Content that answers their queries and meets their needs. Okay, so I have 16 tips, and at the bottom of this video I'm going to include links, important links to the blog article, where you will find the full article listing all these tips and tricks. Eventually I will be publishing very soon checklist that will contain every one of these tips and tricks, and then I will provide how-to, best practices, in order to implement each one of these tips and tricks. In the meantime, this gives you some areas to focus your attention in your effort to optimize your website. And if you need help, feel free to contact us. We will be happy to help you. Okay, if you have questions, and so at the bottom of this video you can add your questions, you can comment or add more information as needs be. So 16 tips and tricks for content optimization. Okay, above number one is content is king, and great content is a great king. So now let's go to number one. Don't just focus on the keywords. Instead, build and create content based on important topics. Okay? In the past, this over-focusing on keywords led to what is called keyword stuffing. But if you're developing an important topic, search engine algorithms are now capable of understanding synonyms and topical content and stuff like that. So you don't need to just focus on keyword. Okay? Tip number two, avoid creating thin content. Now, if a topic can be described in a couple of paragraphs, there's no need to write 20 paragraphs, okay? Because the rest of the paragraphs is just going to be some type of spammy content. It's not going to help you. In fact, it can be detrimental. So, avoiding thin content, what I should say here is be thorough with your topic, okay? Provide the full answer. Provide the resources that your users, when they get to your content, they get everything they need. They get all their questions answered, okay? Now, tip number three, it is important that you clean up all the scraped or duplicate content from your site. So revisit your website, because over time, you probably even may forget and create a content that's a duplicate, okay? Tip number four, revisit old content, okay? See if any of your old content is still driving traffic, and then try creating new posts along similar lines with more relevant content, okay? Tip number five, add frequently asked question pages to your website, FAQs, okay? Creating these pages will not only help your readers, because it gives them questions that they probably didn't think of, but that other people have asked, and that you realize that they come in frequently concerning whatever you do as a business, and so you anticipate that they will help your website visitors. But it will also help your website search rankings. Okay, Google will reward you. Tip number 6, make the most of syndicated content. So while you do this, ensure that the other sites place rel canonical tags. Okay, I will talk more about syndicated content. Tip number 7, remember, content can be repurposed. What does this mean? Every content that you write has a purpose. You could repurpose that piece of content depending on how the needs have changed. All right? It is recommended that you think of all the ways you can repurpose your content into videos, slide shares, and infographics, stuff like that. So, like I publish a blog article on 101 free quick SEO tips and tricks, and then I am making a video out of it. And I will make another video based on that. Or you can create a video, publish a video, and then write a blog article about it. So you repurpose your content because you're reaching different audiences with each type of content that you publish. All right? So what's the next tip? It is tip number 8. Editing is a must. It's very important to check all your content for errors. Here's the way I tell my team: grammar is still important. I have teammates in Nigeria, and there is a way that they use the word grammar, like, okay, you went to grammar school, all right? So grammar school is still good, all right? For those of you in Nigeria, for those of us everywhere, please, you are not free to massacre any language, not even French, and not even Spanish or English, or any other languages. Follow the rules, all right? Now, nothing should hamper your user experience. It turns me off when, even on Facebook, when people publish things with bad English. It turns me off. I always tell my team that if we don't pay attention to the quality of our writing, then our clients should not trust us to produce content for them. So it's very important. Your customers, your readers will conclude, if you can't even pay attention to your own content, are you not going to make this kind of silly mistakes if I gave you work to do for me? So think about it. Tip number 9, there are tools available to help you with content ideas. Because some people have asked me, well, where do I get ideas? I've run out of ideas for writing content. Well, there are tools available, so you can make the most out of tools such as BuzzSumo to get an idea about what kind of content ranks high. Okay, you can also visit a website called Answer the Public, or Quora. You will see what questions. Visit forums, even on Facebook. You will see what questions that people are constantly asking, and try to answer those questions. Even though others have answered those questions, you can still be more thorough and maybe address the question from a different angle. Okay? Now, what number are we? Tip number 10. Old content may do more harm than good. So check on your old posts regularly to see if any of them is hurting your rankings. Okay? That's self-explanatory. Tip number 11. Do a cache check. So you will see when your website pages were last cached. If it's over a month, avoid the site. Okay, so our website, Manage WordPress Hosting, provides you within your WordPress dashboard with a tool. Just click off a mouse to clear the cache. So in case you have updated your website, but other people in different parts of the world are still accessing the cached version, this will clear the whole pathway so that they can get the newer version. Okay, so do a cache check on a regular basis, including for other websites that you want to refer to. Tip number 12, try using a conversational tone when creating content. Conversational tone, it grabs attention. Okay, it keeps people focused on what you're sharing with them. It helps your site rank for voice search queries as well. Okay, tip number 13. Instead of copy and paste the manufacturer's content, like for e-commerce website, you order stuff from the manufacturer or the wholesaler, and you just copy and paste the product description, for instance, that came with the product. Imagine that are the sellers who are selling the same product. If they're doing the same thing, then there is no difference between the two of you or the many of you. Okay, so what you should do is to take time to rewrite the original product descriptions and rewrite it and give it your own tone and your own voice. All right, tip number 14, avoid keyword cannibalization. Keyword cannibalization happens when you create a post with this keyword here and another post with the same keyword and another post with around the same keyword. Why not consolidate them into one post and make a greater impact? Okay, so avoid keyword cannibalization. Tip number 15, analyze your keywords. So you need to conduct an analysis of your content to see if you can add to it and boost your page ranking. Constant analysis, keyword analysis. If you need help with that, contact us. The link is below the video, and we'll be very, very, very happy to perform keyword analysis for you. Tip number 16, and the last one, try creating personalized user experience. Personalization is key these days. There are ways that you can personalize the user experience on your content. So if you can add different pieces of content for new visitors and the returning visitors. So when people new for the first time to your website, to your content, they can be welcomed a certain way, and those who are returning can be welcomed another way. Okay? Thank you very much. Again, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss future activities on this channel. In the meantime, please add your comments, questions, inquiries, add suggestions at the bottom of this. In other words, join the conversation. If you know something that you can add to what I have published, add it. Our purpose is to help the business community, so you can play a role as well. Okay? Thank you, and see you next time.